Hi, this is Aaron with Zollotech, and today we're going to compare the Droid 2 to the Droid X. Now, a lot of you have asked me, which one should I get? I've seen you post on different comments on some of the videos I've done, and some people have asked me personally, both in person and through messaging here. So I wanted to give you a little bit of my own take and kind of compare the two. Having used this for a few days, and having used the Droid X for quite some time on and off, I do get that question a lot, and the only answer I can really give you is, what features are you looking for? So both droids have the same processor in them. It's a TI OMAP 1 gigahertz processor. Both of them have similar screen resolutions, just different sizes. Both of them have decent cameras, although the Droid X camera is an 8 megapixel with dual flash. The Droid 2 is a 5 megapixel with dual flash, but the Droid X records HD video while the Droid 2 does not. Battery life in both of these phones is about identical. I really don't notice any difference. They seem to be almost identical. External features are the same. You've got your speakers, your camera buttons on both of these, very similar. They both charge via micro USB. Both have similar amounts of memory. Big difference here is on-screen keyboard, slide-out keyboard. That's really the difference between the two as far as form factor, other than the obvious screen size. The Droid X has an HDMI out right there. Other than that, physically, they're pretty much the same. Currently, the Droid 2 has Android Froyo, or 2.2 on it, while the Droid X does not, but that's coming in September from everything I've read. So should be pretty soon. So that's really not much of a factor. It is coming to Droid 2, and it speeds it up and will have flash. Right now, the Droid 2 has flash, the Droid X does not, but again, that's going to be remedied with the newest update. As far as you can see, the battery life in this is quite low right now, and that's just as a result of using it, but that's not to say it's bad. Let's turn them both on to show you kind of screen responsiveness. The Droid X to me feels faster. I'm not sure why, but let's go ahead and hit the bottom button here. And of course the Droid 2 loads quicker that time. But you can see they're both a little bit choppy to start, and then they kind of speed up. And I have to kind of eat my words here. The Droid X, I think, is running quite a few things. Oh, I guess not. You can see that's what it's running. The Droid 2 is not running anything. So let's go ahead and open the browsers. They're both loading Google. And let's load. They both have on-screen keyboards. I do like the keyboard on the Droid 2 or Droid X better just because it's larger. They're both loading zollotech off the same Wi-Fi signal at the same time. Now what you'll see is this page will probably load a little bit faster. Oh, I guess not. This runs flash, but the flash is not loaded yet. There we go. You can see it started to load. So you get similar things, but you can't play the flash within here. It pops out into YouTube. Let's go back home. So Droid 2 has been very responsive. I do have to say that in my other quick feature overview, I said the Droid 2 was a little sluggish. Compared to the first one, when we were looking at them side by side with some people I know that own a Droid 1, I have to say that's changed, and I'm not sure why, but this feels much faster now. And it's really strange that the Droid X is acting a little slower, but that said, they're both decent. So let's go ahead and show you screen responsiveness. Now this is running a live background. You can see screen, similar things running. They both feel about the same. So really what it comes down to is form factor. They're both made by Motorola. They're both the same processor. They're almost identical operating systems. That will be changing soon, and they will be identical. Battery life is just about identical. I really can't say that you should pick one over the other. For me, the choice is the Droid X, and that's because I'm used to an onboard keyboard. I like the thinness of the phone, and I don't need this QWERTY keyboard. So really what it comes down to, in my opinion, if you were to go out and buy one of these today, do you need a QWERTY keyboard? Or don't you care? Or is this too large for you? That's really what it comes down to. Between those two. QWERTY, pick the Droid 2. You won't be unhappy with it. You'll be very happy with it. The only big factor here is, do you want the HDMI out? Which most people I can't see a huge use for. The other factor is, do you want the HD video recording? If you do, you're going to want the Droid X. You've got similar price points. I believe they're both $199 currently, or that could vary depending on which store you buy and which plans you get. But generally, they came out at $199 each with a 2-year contract with Verizon with a data plan. Other than that, they both have Wi-Fi tethering, and pretty much they're going to be the same no matter which one you get. It's just which form factor you like. Later this year, there's going to be an R2-D2 version of the Droid 2 if you're into Star Wars. There's also going to be some other versions, and some recent news shows some hints or rumors of some new products like Droid Pro. The only problem with Android in general is the phone you get is going to be outdated, not outdated, but surpassed by something else within a month or two. That's just the way it's been for Android. So as long as that doesn't bother you, it's a good bet to go with either of these. They're going to be fully supported on Verizon's network, and I wouldn't be unhappy with either. One important thing is signal strength of the phone. So right here, we have 1 bar. Now I am downstairs, I've mentioned that before, where I'm filming this. I have 0 bars with the Droid 2. I have noticed better reception with the Droid X. I don't know if that's because of its form factor, and they have better room for the antenna. I can't really attest to that, but when I'm outside, I don't have this problem, but in general, I get better reception on the Droid X in my experience. That doesn't matter on how you hold it, it's just the way it is. So check them out at your local Verizon store. See what you think. Hold this one in your hand. Hold this one. See which form factor you like. For some people, the Droid X is just too big. That's pretty much it. If you'd like to see anything else comparatively, please feel free to ask. I'll try to answer any questions I have or you have. I try to respond to every single comment posted on every one of my videos and every single request or question someone has for me. As long as I can answer it, I'll point you in the right direction and help you out if I can. Please continue to subscribe. Please check back for contests. Currently, there's always a contest going on. Check it out. This is Aaron with Zollotech. I'll see you next time.